Let's check it out.
She had just got her boobs done. She was 65.
Dude, she was obsessed with it. Alright, sync, no.
Plastic surgery.
Rufus Arsenault was a tall, raw-boned man whose polished gun belt and holster fit against his trim body as though it had been welded there.
This is a new book, amigos, a whole new stock. A seagull, so freako, the dropping egos. At every shot, speedos. We know a Guidos, like garlic to Doritos, a beans to burritos. White trashes, it don't even try to fight fascists. Chink masses with glasses that never get past this Canadian brain again, slow as molasses. The fact is, every race has their asses and assets. So if you're racist, click home, you'll crash this. Click home into somebody else's black kid, cause you manifest this for yourself, so others can't even duck it. So stop the ruckus and donate a buck, kid. Do you see what it is that I see? I see the flesh, and people working around the clock without rest. The minds infest, which brings us to our chest. All pawns to begin, but if we address, kings and queens will be to the S. So whatever position you sit in the mess, remember to be clean, the pristine, and deem the pest vanquished. Now fate in effect, no need to be anxious. There's little difference made of the ways of statistics, cause the Foxy News only focuses on misfits just to get ratings, cause hating's the business. Pause the Nazis, people always worried about cops freeze, trying to frisk this when that just makes pigs ready to diss it. Your rights and leave you with no plight, the only way to get away, flight on indictment. Prison sentence spell far from enlightenment, far from enlightenment. People always lost in their rightness, too righteous, never willing to buy this. Only that lie is biased, hard drug fly is kite is. You might just pry yourself off your righteous, right it. Socialist society is violent, try to be more spry, rest flexible, look at the rest, not in a context, a contest, but on an arm best of conscience. Look at the rest, not in a context of contest, but an arm best of conscience. Can you see what it is that I see? I see the flesh, and people working around the clock without rest. And minds infest, which brings us to our chest. All pawns to begin, but if we address, kings and queens will be to the S. So the position you sit in the mess, remember to be clean, to pristine, and deemed the pest vanquished. Now fate in effect, no need to be anxious. I'm at the lockup down at the DC. Won't somebody come and try to free me from my cold Jimmy Dean breakfast? No, more like the prison system went broke fast when Jack Bush took cash books. Didn't even look past his own class crooks. Still no clash, what? Well, maybe little blast, but to take an ass, he gotta know the first to the last place is certain his crass pace and not keeping it. He'll do it till every race is deep in it. Prison-ish hoarders, stealing supporters, right profits, get offers with no toppers. To what they'll do, they'll poison you and grandma too. And who knew you could get liver failure from that inhaler and Tylenol? Number one, liver ailer, but with ignorance you stay on that bail trailer. Believe him when he will save ya. Him honest, no, that just ain't Congress. Pharmaceuticals, harming your own soul. The doctor prescription gold made, as gold paid. With no restraints for old age, a folds laid in the ground, dead bait. Till there's more hate and fear put on our plate. Well, I ain't palated it, I'm telling everyone how shallow it is. Greed with greed, there's no plead. Only methods close at best and worst is supplied by the curse. The organized crime that's now the legalized minds of the blind with greed. Look anywhere, you'll find and read to realize they do it and they would pollute it. Now you can't refuse it. Abuse is blamed on the darkness. It's time to get the light back. It's time to find the right knack and fight, act, fight, act. Do you see what it is that I see? I see the flesh, and people working around the clock without rest. The minds infest, which brings us to our chest. All pawns to begin, but if we address, kings and queens will be to the S. Sort of position you sit in the mess. Remember, I could be clean to pristine and deemed to past vanquish. Now fate in effect, no need to be anxious. All right.